First, I would really like to congratulate the Opel design team on 50 years. I mean, 50 years, that's 5 decades. Now, I've always thought of Opel design really as, that's the first division. You know, that's the premier league. And they're continuing to excel with some outstanding design. I love the Atom. And the range of vehicles that they have today is just, I think, absolutely marvelous in terms of design. So that's such an important, milestone that I feel very, it's exciting for me to be able to say, hey, congratulations, job well done. Well, the time that I spent with Opel Design, extremely important to me in my career, my life. Having that opportunity, that privilege of working with the Opel Design team, I still think back today, quite often about all those wonderful, memorable experiences. I can't remember all those people, but, people like Gunther Hernicke, George Gallion, Hans Sear, Herb Kilmer, Erhard Schnell, Kurt Ludwig, Jorge Ferrar, Hideo Kodama, and Moni Boots, who was assistant secretary, helped me in so many different ways. Having the opportunity to work with all these people, and we were developing at that time a production vehicle every year with all of its variants, a couple Omegas, a Senator, Astra, the Vectra, the Corsa. The Corsa B was truly a world car. It was, let's see, that it won 20 International Design Awards, I'm told. It was sold in 80 countries, manufactured in 16 factories on 5 continents with 5 different brands. Now, that was truly a world, GM world car. And we had a lot of diversity, and I think, from time to time, as I recall, we had 12 to 14 nationalities in the studios, which gave Opel a really international flavor in the design studios, and great dialogue, great input. And so from a professional point of view, today everything we talk about global. Well, that was really a global organization in those days. Opel, of course, had responsibility for all of Europe, including the UK. But a lot of the Opel vehicles and a lot of Opel products went other places in the world and became the basis for other vehicles, like the Corsa B that I mentioned. So there was a very international flavor, very international dialogue in the studio. The American and German culture was kind of a magical thing when you had all these other cultures together. And in my personal life, one of the most exciting things, of course, was the Autobahns without speed limits. That was kind of invigorating coming into work in the mornings, having driven at high speed. So there are a lot of wonderful memories of that time. My favorite project has to be the Calibra. I mean, that was an exciting car. That was one of those concept models that we did internally that everybody was so excited about it. We went straight into production with that vehicle. Again, working with engineering when we introduced the car. That was in 1989 at the Frankfurt show. We introduced that with a CD, coefficient of drag, at 0.26, which was the lowest production drag vehicle in the world at that time, and remained so for the next 10 years. And one of the exciting things, and certainly from all the designers' perspective, is when we launched the car or introduced the car at Frankfurt, a lot of the designers from the other companies came over and told us that you have the only concept car on display here that's actually going in production, because it's a production vehicle. And so a lot of the other companies felt that car was so exciting and was so well done that it could have passed as a concept, but it was actually a production vehicle. Well, GM has always been very strong in concept cars, and they've always understood the real value that concept cars bring, both whether they're done for inside or whether they're done out to show publicly outside. There's been Opel's done a number of concept vehicles. One of the most successful vehicles that Opel Design did was the Junior, and that was in, I believe, 1983, at the Frankfurt show. During that period of time, when that I mentioned before, when we were doing all of those production vehicles, one a year and all of the variants, we also during that period of time created more advanced studios, which I believe are extremely important. I think the production studios do an incredible job, but the advanced studios provide that opportunity to test those ideas out earlier. They're exciting. There's nothing that can replace the experience of designers working on concept vehicles. You know, the freedom they have, the creativity they have, the feedback they have within almost, well, inside of a year from when they first started sketching the ideas. A tremendous management tool inside, an investment in the brand, how the brand is going to evolve. So they have a lot of value internally, they have a lot of value externally. There was that period of time that we were doing so many production vehicles so quickly and all the variants that the advanced work we were doing internally was going straight into the production of vehicles. I don't know about giving advice because Opel Design, as I said, they're Premier League, First Division all the way, 5 decades, 50 years. The next 50 years, I'm sure, will be at least as, if not even more successful, judging by the work that they're doing today. I mean, it's just fabulous, fabulous design I see coming out of Opel.